Hello, boys and girls. Let's start out our day with our show of patriotism. Please stand and salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Oklahoma state flag. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. Now, other flags we've looked at. Last week, we looked at the Australian flag. This week, we've looked at Mexico and Canada and discussed that Mexico and Canada are part of the North American continent. Argentina and Brazil are countries found in South America. And we're going to focus on Asia today. Asia is the largest continent, also the most populous, meaning the most people live on the continent of Asia, and it covers the largest area. That's the continent of Asia. 3 of the countries found in Asia, and by the way, it's made up of 48 different countries, and 3 of those that we're going to just take a look at today are Japan, China, and India. You might remember you've been seeing some of these cards that tell us how to say hello and goodbye in the different languages. And this is the Japanese flag. And to say hello in Japan, you would say konnichiwa, konnichiwa. To say goodbye, sayonara. In China, and I'm doing my best on pronouncing these correctly. Some of them I do know the pronunciation, others I'm just trying my best. So this I hear quite often from our Chinese lesson. To say hello in China is ni hao. And here is the Chinese flag. And to say goodbye, zai zheng is goodbye in China. And then in India, hello is namaste, and goodbye, alvida. And for those who are very familiar with these pronunciations, please forgive me if I'm kind of butchering these, but doing my best. So again, here's the flag of India, the flag of Japan, and the flag of China, and then the flag of Japan. So lots of flags we've been dealing with this week. I hope you've been having fun making your flag booklets. Now, the continent of Asia, as I said, is made up of 48 countries, and it is surrounded by the Arctic Ocean. Right up here, we have the Arctic Ocean, we have the Indian Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean. And there's lots of little islands all over here on the Pacific side, Pacific Ocean side. The snow leopard is found in the mountainous areas. The panda is found in the forest. There are both hot and cold rainforest, even frozen plains. So there's quite a variety of landforms and climate found on the continent of Asia. Tigers, Asian elephants, the Komodo dragon, these are all found in Asia. Some of the landmarks found in Asia: the Great Wall of China is found in northern China. And I know that Mrs. Gates has visited the Great Wall of China. I remember seeing some interesting pictures of her trip there. In the background, you see the snow-capped Mount Fuji. This is in Japan, near Tokyo. In India, the Taj Mahal. And again in Japan, a statue of the great Buddha. Buddhism is a religion that is practiced in Japan. And it's a huge statue. Earlier we saw the huge statue of Jesus Christ in Brazil. This is the big statue of the great Buddha. So far, we've talked about Australia, North America, South America, and Asia. So if there's 7 continents, we've talked about 4 of them. How many do we have left? 3 continents, and they are Africa, Europe, and Antarctica that we will continue to explore as the week goes on. Now I have a quick passage to read about mountains. Kind of goes along with our study of Asia. Listening ears. A mountain is a very tall hill. It climbs high into the sky. There are mountains all over the world. The tallest mountain in the world is Mount Everest, found in Nepal. People climb to its top and it's very cold there. The highest mountain in the United States is in Alaska. People call it Denali. It is lovely. Mountains are fun to explore. Bears and birds live there, and so do trees and plants. Have you ever walked up a mountain? So I have 4 questions. So listen for the different possible answers. A mountain is a very tall, A, bear, B, tree, C, hill, or D, plant. A mountain is a very tall hill. If you walk up Mount Everest, you need a swimsuit, a bear, a pair of sandals, or a snowsuit. Well, we were told that it's very cold on the top of Mount Everest, so I would say a snowsuit is what you would need. The highest mountain in the United States is in Nepal, Alaska, New York, or California. It is in Alaska. What does not live on a mountain? A whale, a bird, a tree, or a bear? I think that one's pretty easy. We know that a whale does not live on a mountain. But Nepal and Mount Everest were mentioned. Let me find Nepal on our map. I had it marked earlier, but it is found in Asia. I've lost my place on there. I'll have to show you later. Or maybe you could look on a map and find it. Next, we need to add some words to our writing words booklet. And let's turn to the letter M and add the word mountain. Mountain. M-O-U-N-T-A-I-N. Mountain. We're also going to add the word pause. Now, pause is a homophone. Remember, homophones are words that sound alike, but they're spelled differently. Pause, spelled P-A-U-S-E, means to stop what you're doing for a short time. Pause, P-A-W-S, is like the pause on a dog. Let's go ahead and add both of those P words to our writing words. This pair of homophones, pause and pause. And I'll give you a moment to do that. So as I said, pause, P-A-U-S-E, is when you stop what you're doing for a short time. So that's an action, so it would be a verb. Let's pause for lunch and then finish our work when we come back. Which might make you pause? Feeling very thirsty during a ball game? Would you pause and go get a drink? Maybe. Reading a very funny story? I don't think you'd pause when you were doing that. Seeing a beautiful rose bush while you're walking? Yeah, you might stop what you're doing and go over and admire the beautiful rose bush. Listening to important news. I'll bet there have been times that your television's on and your parents say, stop, be really quiet. They want you to pause so they can hear something, maybe some important news. Hearing a sudden noise while you're doing your homework. Yeah, you might pause to find out what the noise is. So pause is our word of the day today. Now we're going to go over to the math table. And I first want to take a look at this example. And this has to do with mixed numbers. Remember that a mixed number is a whole number, like 1, 2, 3, or so on. And then a fraction is two numbers, like you see here, 2 and 1/4. 2 is our whole number. 1/4 is just a part of a number, a fraction. And let's look at the example. We have how many squares are shaded? Well, these 2 whole squares are shaded. So 2 whole squares, there's our whole number. And then how many parts are there of this last square? 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Remember, that's the bottom number of our fraction. How many are shaded? 1 is the top number. So how would we say this mixed number? 2 and 1/4. Let's see if you can do this one. You're going to write down the answer, and then we'll see if you have the correct answer. How many circles are shaded? So you're going to write a mixed number showing how many circles are shaded. And go ahead and do that, and then I will give you the correct answer. Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 whole circles that are shaded. Now this last circle, I see 2 parts of it. So 2 is going to be the bottom number of our fraction. And one of those 2, it's kind of hard to see that. One of those 2 is shaded. And remember, 1/2, we say 1/2. And does it look like 1/2 of that circle is shaded? It does. So your whole number is 4 and 1/2. That's your mixed number. Okay, and now we have our handy dandy dog biscuits out again to help us practice multiplication. And this is just using equal groups. So let's notice how many dog bones are in each group. There's 2 in each group. So let's see how many groups there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 groups with 2 in each group. This is the math sentence that you would write to show the multiplication sentence for what I have laid out here. 9 times 2 equals 18. Now on the next one, I'm going to have you write the sentence and then we'll check your answer. So you need to determine how many groups and how many in each group, and then write out your multiplication sentence. If you wrote 4 times 4 equals 16, you are correct. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 bones in each group. Oh, where'd my other group go? Sorry. And there are 4, I kind of messed that one up. I'm not sure what I did there. But 4 groups of 4 is what we have. So if you need to change your answer, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups with 4 in each one. And let's see if 16 is correct. Let's count each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we did come up with 16. We also know how to skip count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16. There's our answer of 16 once again. I'm going to scoot these over and have you do this last problem. Let's see if you write out the correct multiplication sentence. If you wrote 3 times 5 equals 15, you are correct. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each group, and I see 1, 2, 3 groups. 3 times 5 equals 15. And just like in addition, you can switch those numbers around. You can switch the order around. 5 times 3 and 3 times 5 will give you the same answer. So let's use our skip counting here, counting by 5s. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, 15 is our answer. So I am going to use that Japanese word for goodbye and say sayonara.